Welcome to TikTok Today. My name is Liz Brown, and I'm here to teach you a little bit about TikTok today. You may be thinking, I'm not sure about this thing. Or maybe you're thinking, could someone just help me figure this thing out? Because it's kind of wacky. It's a wild, wacky place, and I happen to love it. I happen to be just obsessed with it, but I know that I'm like one of the few that are obsessed. So I just want to take you through kind of my journey of TikTok, and I want to condense time for you. I want to make this whole TikTok thing easier for you. I don't want you to have to stumble through it like I had to do. I want there to be a clear path. If I do these things, it will be easier. Okay, let's do that together. So my name on TikTok is Liz Brown, Realtor Daily. I recommend that you use your name in your username because when people search for you, they're not going to search for Richmond's best real estate agent, whatever, right? They're going to search your name. And then of course you could see how there's two names here. There's Liz Brown Video Coach up top, and then there's Liz Brown Realtor Daily. You actually get two opportunities. So if you want something catchy and cute, go ahead, put it in the place they're going to search for you the least, right? I know that's kind of confusing, but when you go to edit your profile, we already got in the weeds, goodness gracious. When you go to edit your profile, see this little button right here, it's underneath. You see my face, you see my @Liz Brown Realtor Daily, you see all my facts, and then you see edit profile and that little picture there. That's where you make all adjustments to your profile. Let's get out of the weeds for a second. So how did I grow my TikTok account? That's what people always ask me. Like, how did you do this thing, Liz? Well, it started in 2020 in COVID, and I was listening to Gary Vee on the Tea with Gary Vee on Instagram every single morning. So I get up, I go work out, I come inside, I get ready, I listen to Tea with Gary Vee, and every business owner he talked to, he said, "Are you on TikTok?" And they'd be like, "No, I don't want to do it." And I was like, I kind of like Instagram. I wonder if TikTok would be a better place for me. And the thing about Instagram at that time, we were all still doing the photos. We were just like, aren't I cute? Click. Aren't I special? Click. Right? We would take one photo, we'd write something clever underneath it, and we'd press on in the world. And it was really hard to grow an account. And so I had worked on it for probably 2 or 3 years at that point, and zero things were happening. And magically, TikTok came about, and you need to know this about my background. I've sold things my whole life, right? I started as a Beetlebot car hop waitress, and I was, in the parking lot slinging food when I was 16. And then I was a waitress for 10 years. And then I was in group exercise, and the kind of group exercise where I teach body pump and RPM and Les Mills stuff. So I have to learn the choreography and then think about choreography and then speak the choreography and do the movements at the same time to a group of humans who don't actually really want to work out, but this kind of makes it a little bit more fun. So they come to the gym and we hang out together, right? So you have to think that in the brain of mine, I have all these skills that I had before I even came to TikTok. Now, if you're not a group exercise instructor, you can still do TikTok. But what I believe TikTok has that maybe the other platforms don't is that it requires you to bring energy and excitement and fun. And it requires you to be you versus the boring you. The boring you on Instagram will not work on TikTok. I'm here to share that story. Lots of real estate agents, they make a video every day and it gets 200 views and they're like, I just don't understand, Liz. And then I go watch their video and I'm like, I love you, but you're boring. I know it might hurt some feelings. I know that. But what I want you to start to think is if we went to lunch or dinner together, would you be boring? Probably not. So I want you to figure out the person who sits next to me at dinner and you're telling me all about you're going to pick the restaurant. And you're going to order all the food and you're going to tell me about all the great food they have here. And we're going to have a nice conversation. It's going to be a fun time, right? I need you to bring that person to TikTok. That's the person that will be successful on TikTok. Now, let me show you why we're going to TikTok.
Let me tell you. Girl, you're my little boo thing. So I'll give up.
Well, that was a short little video. Let's walk it just one more time. Let's wind it back.
Let me tell you. Girl, you're my little boo thing. So I'll give up.
So let's read what was on the screen together one more time. I'm so excited. I just got my first TikTok lead and it's $1 million lead. She called me her TikTok realtor. They are planning to buy in August due to a job transfer. Just wanted to share. Hey, I'm here for that kind of lead. Are you? So I presented 2 days ago at the Northern Virginia Association of Real Estate Agents, and I asked the crowd. I got up there, I was introducing myself. I said, "Hey, who's on TikTok?" And like 3 of them raised their hand out of like 50. And I was like, "Oh, you guys don't like money. What's happening here?" Now I also understand that like DC area is like the government area, and they're like all about not having TikTok. And I know there's all that undercurrent, and I get it all. But what I know is that there is opportunity here if you're willing to take a step outside of what is normal in this world. I was, again, my own example of leads from TikTok. I was at a retreat with real estate agents, and a retreat that I planned with TikTok real estate agents. Talk about a fun time. And I got a lead that said, "Hey, I'm moving from out of state, and we have a $700,000 budget. Can you help me?" Yeah, that's awesome. Like, I want that kind of lead. And the longer I do TikTok, the more of those leads are coming in from the world. I had another one yesterday. I was talking to a guy who was moving from outside of state, and he was like, "Liz, I watched this video of yours, and I was curious about these things in that video." I was like, "Oh, he really watched the whole video more than once, read all the comments. Like, this was the research he was doing in order to decide whether he was going to move his whole family, change his whole entire life, was based on a video I made about Richmond, Virginia. This is bananas, right?" I was blown away by it. But he and I unpacked it together. You know what? I'm not sure he's going to move here based on like the information he gave me, which is fine. But I'd rather him have information that is real information than make a move and change his whole life and not be happy here. I was happy I was able to help him with that. Let me teach you a few more things. I heard that. The voice in your head. You're not the perfect size 6 real estate agent with perfect teeth. Well, I'm not either. I do have perfect teeth though. Braces 2 times, people, okay? I work for this. Any hoodles. That little voice in your head was like, "You're not perfect. You can't make the videos. You might as well not." Cheryl, shut up. Here's how you get over it. You just do it anyways. Over and over and over again. Until finally one day it works and you're like, "See, Cheryl, I don't have to be a size 6. And neither do you." Oh yeah, are you joining us for film school? Film school, Wednesday, noon, small group coaching. Come on. We'll make a video already. So there's a lot to unpack in that video, right? We're talking about the voice in your head. We're talking about what's stopping you from creating videos. I talk to real estate agents all the time who they get stuck in the chatter in their head. Now, the voice in my head, her name is Cheryl, and Cheryl has a lot of things to say. Now, as I grow my TikTok and my social media presence and my business, Cheryl's kind of like learned that this is just what we're doing, and she kind of calms down. But sometimes Cheryl rears her ugly head and she says things to me that are not necessarily very nice because she's trying to keep me safe. And by safe, I mean going on the internet is not necessarily the easiest, kindest, coolest thing you're going to do every day because sometimes people are mean. The comment sections are sometimes not nice. I currently have a video that's kind of running on Facebook and Instagram, and the video talks about how we don't want your China. And there are so many comments on that video that are like, "You're right, we don't want the China, we don't want all your stuff, get rid of it." And then there's like, "Swedish death cleaning, yes, this is a great thing." And then there's so many comments that are like, "I can't believe you're ungrateful, you're hateful, you're spoiled, I can't believe you're saying these things," like just pretty mean things. So I want you to know that the fear you're feeling is real. You might get someone saying something awful to you, but guess what? You could block them. You can make that noise go away. If I believed all the negative comments on the internet, I would never make another video. But guess what? I made another video this morning because I do not believe that human who lives in the basement with whoever with 4 cats and has never made a video in their life, they don't get to say if I make another video. So I want you to be brave and name the voice in your head. It could be Susan, it could be Becky, it could be Jared, it could be Frank, whatever it is. Whatever they say to you, it's okay to listen to it, but I want you to question it when you go to make videos. Is this real? Is what you just heard real information, or is it just chatter to keep you safe in the safe place, which is where you are now? I'll also warn you that once you start showing up on social media, your friends and family, they may have things to say about it. For instance, when I go to dinner with my friends here live in person in Richmond, Virginia, they're like, "Hey, Liz, I saw that video of you. Ha ha ha, you're so funny. You still doing that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still doing that." And they're like, "Okay, off to the next thing, right? They don't care. They see me on the internet every day. Occasionally they comment on my videos. They're used to it by now. But know that your friends and family in the beginning, they might have something to say about it. Here are a few pro tips. When you come to my video challenge, I teach you about all of these things and I break it down for you so you can actually unpack these things. But let me just run through it so you can have them in your brain. When you make a video, I want you to remember who you are talking to. Are you talking to a buyer, a seller, a real estate agent, your best friend, your family, like the whole internet? Who are we talking to? If we think we're talking to everyone, we may be talking to no one. So if you're making a video about a home buyer, I want to know specifically what type of home buyer. Are we talking about first-time home buyer? Are we talking about a move up, a move down, a downsizer? Are they coming from out of state? Are they already in state? Do they have a home to sell? Like, I want to know in your brain specifically what kind of person we're talking to and talk directly to that person. At the training yesterday, the other person on the panel, she was talking about, she has actually named the person that she talks to in her videos, and that name is Sarah. How I remember that, I have no idea. So she talks to Sarah in all of her videos, and so it's really easy for her to make the videos because she knows she's talking to this person. It's not like she's talking to the world, she's talking to Sarah. Remember what your outcome is. So when you're making these videos, you're going to get to the place where you've made so many of them that sometimes it's just like throwing stuff at the wall and hope something sticks. I want you to remember the why you're making them. If these videos changed your whole life, what would that be like? What would it be like if your business was different and better? That is the outcome we're searching for. So I want you to remember that on the days you don't feel like making your videos. Remember, this is just one video, not your only video. When you're getting started, and oftentimes when you're feeling discouraged, you get stuck on that one video when you're going to make videos every day, not just today. So make the video, post it, move on. Doesn't have to be perfect. Done is better than perfect. You already know that. The goal is to show up every day. If you need help, find someone who is good at this. There's so many people within EXP who are good at TikTok. It's not just me. I mean, I can name a few right off the top of my head who are so good at this thing. A lot of them happen to be women and they're awesome and they can break down time, meaning you don't have to go through all of what we went through to get good. You could just ask for help and we are willing to help you through this process. Your number one goal is not to be me or anyone else. It's to be you. I'm currently coaching with GoGo, and every time I'm on the phone with her or on the Zoom with her, she's like, Liz, remember, you are you and to show up as you. And I was like, oh, okay. So I pass on that advice to you. I want you to be the youiest you possible. You don't get good till the 30-second mark, and it's not your fault. I'm guilty as charged. How do I know? My name's Liz, and I help you get better on TikTok. I can talk and talk and talk, but I'm no good till 30 seconds in. So I want you to start doing this on all your videos. Set your timer a little longer and give yourself a little bit of a going time, and then chop off the first 25 to 30 seconds. Why I tell you this is that a lot of people, they think they need to be good right when they push the record button. So I want you to think, I'll actually show you how to do it. Okay. So you bring up your TikTok, there's a little button at the bottom, which is a plus sign. You're holding your camera up here and you're going to make a video. I want you to set the timer longer than 15 seconds. Set the timer longer than 60 seconds if you think you're going to need it. Now I've made so many videos that I'm like, no longer than a minute. Let's hash this thing out. Let's just, right? But I often start my videos more than one time because I know the first time I have to give my brain a little time to warm up. I need to give my voice time to warm up. I want you to remember that this is art. There's a little science, but it's also art. This is creative art. I'm going to do another one of these little talks, and I'll talk you through what art looks like in that one. So go ahead, go find the next video. But until then, watch this. So you're going to hold your phone up here, saying you're talking to a first-time home buyer. Let's not talk to our first one. Let's talk about a downsizer. So you're thinking about the hook in the video. So you're gonna hold your camera up here, and I'm just gonna give you a couple hooks of what I would say to the start of a video for a downsized home buyer. You're looking to get out of the huge house, but you have so much stuff that you don't even know where to start. You have so much stuff, and at this point, you probably just want to put it in a dumpster or burn it. Good news. You don't have to do either. My name's Liz. I sell real estate in Richmond and Charlottesville, Virginia, and I want to help you move from your big house to your small house. They don't want your china. In fact, they don't want your Pyrex. They don't want your old brown couch. They don't want any of your stuff. Them being maybe your friends and relatives after you pass away. I know that's so hard to think about. How do I know these things? My name is Liz. I sell Richmond real estate, and I'm here to help you downsize from your big house and all your stuff into a more comfortable, manageable place. So then I get to go back there and decide which of those beginnings are the best. And then I get to edit my video. I realize that may have been like, how did she even do that thing, right? Remember, every day we do this thing and every day we practice. So I'm going to give you a little tool if you would like it.
Ready for their tone. I'll dance with my head.
This is easy TikTok for real estate agents. If you go to my profile, underneath my little link in the bio, which is underneath my face and underneath my profile information, there's a little thing that says click here. If you click there, underneath that, you're going to see something that says easy TikTok for real estate agents. And there's all kinds of sounds that you can use. That sound you just heard, you just make a video like this. Like, you can barely even see my face in here, right? You just write something on the screen that's clever and post the video. This is easy. I want to make things easy for you. I also created this.
How to add a cover to your video.
This is your video journal. This is your video journal. So this is something, again, in that link in the bio that I have, you can go get this PDF and print it out. And every day I want you to keep it with you so you can write down the ideas that you have for the day, how many videos you've made today, how many you've actually posted. There's a difference between the two of those things. And then tomorrow, what your intentions are, and then wins for today and things you're grateful for. Why do I have this for you? I know that if you have a brain that's like mine, sometimes it gets a little sidetracked and a little crazy and a little worked up, and I need a place for me to keep track of the work that I'm doing. Also, remember how I told you there's the easy TikTok for realtors? There's also TikTok how to, and it just tells you all the buttons to push, right? So this video right here.
How to add a cover to your video. The cover, you know, when you go to someone's profile and they have all those cute little things so you can tell what their video is about before opening the video. You want to know how to do that? Here's how you do it. Make a video like normal. And then when you get done editing it, you hit the bottom right where it says next. Takes you to this screen. On this screen, you look to the top right where it says select a cover. Yeah, you hit that. You can hit the middle of the screen, it takes you somewhere else. But the bottom says select a cover. Then you select whatever cover you want from the bottom. And then you add some words to it. Then you hit save. Poof, magic cover. How do I know these things? My name's Liz, and I want to help you be better on video.
So let's go back to here real quick.
The cover.
This part right here.
Little...
So see, this is my profile again, right? You go to my profile and then see underneath the Q&A, it says TikTok how-tos. I've made so many of these little videos that teach you how to push the buttons on TikTok so you don't have to struggle. I don't want you to struggle. I want to make this as easy as possible for you to be able to build an account. It doesn't have to be my account. You don't need 50,000 followers to get leads. I have agents all the time with 1,000 followers, 500 followers, whatever it is, get leads because they are the only agent in their area that is doing this. And they have the pinned videos. See up top here where it says pinned? Those pinned videos are for sellers, for buyers, and here's who I am, right? Those 3 videos, intro, buyer, sellers. And so when someone comes to their profile and watches those videos and then clicks their little linky poo up here, they can talk to them. That's where you put your KV core link. I know that this TikTok is the way of the future. I know video is the way of the future, and I want to help you do it better. I hope that these tips and tricks have helped you a little bit. There's so much more in this world that I could teach you, but I hope that these things and that video journal were helpful. If you have questions, reach out to me. Reach out to me on Workplace, reach out to me directly, shoot me a text, shoot me a DM. I'm here to help, and I'm grateful for your time that you watched this video. I'll see you next time.